Hello everyone, welcome back to Chanda DIY. And today's video I'll be showing you how to crochet frock hoodie sweater. It is really basic and easy for beginners. And in this video I also showing you how to make this sweater bigger. So now let's get into the video. First, we are going to make the front part of the sweater, and we are begin with the ribbing panels at the bottom of the sweater. Make a slip knot. And chain 11. It is the height of the ribbing panel. If you guys want it higher, please add more chains. For making this sweater, I'm using 4.5mm hook, and for the frog eyes, I'm using 3.5mm hook. After you got your desired fit, next for row 1, we are going to make single crochet. To begin, skip one chain and make single crochet into the second chain. To make single crochet, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. And now you got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. Keep repeating this into every chain until you reach the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, next for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to make single crochet but into the back loop of the stitch only. Keep making single crochet back loop only into every stitch until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, for the next row, we are going to repeat row 2 until you reach row 72. It is the length of the front sweater. It is equal 21.5 inches. If you guys want your sweater bigger, please add more rows. This is what the ribbing panel looks like after you reach row 72. Next, we are going to make half double crochet along this edge. For row 1, chain 1, and we are going to make increase by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. To make half double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Repeat this into the same loop. After you got 2 half double crochet into the same stitch, next we are going to make half double crochet into this line. For the small loop, just skip it. Keep repeating this into the next line. Remember, for the small loop, just skip it. We only working half double crochet into this line and this line. Keep repeating this until you have 1 last stitch remain, then I will meet you back again. After you had 1 last stitch left, then we are going to make increase by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to make increase again by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch near chain 1. After you have made increasing stitch, next, make half double crochet into every stitch until you had 1 last stitch remain, then we are going to make increase again. Next, for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, for the next row, we are going to repeat row 3 until you reach row 53. It is equal 18.5 inches length. If you guys want your sweater longer, please add more rows. For this sweater, it's not complicated to measuring. Just make all the pieces bigger than your body and that's it. And if you guys want to make this sweater smaller, please make less chain. And if you guys want to make it shorter, please make less row. And this is what the front part looks like after you reach row 53. For the next part, we are going to make the neckline and also the shoulder part. Fold this piece into 2 pieces and use stitch marker to mark at the middle part of it. For the stitch that we marked, just skip it and let's count from the next stitch. Count 6 stitches and use stitch marker to mark at the 7th stitch. Repeat the same thing to the other side. Measurement between both stitch marker, it is equal 4 inches length. If you guys want your neckline wider, please count more stitches and mark it. Next, continue from where your last stitch is. For row 1, chain 1, turn your work. And make half double crochet into every stitch until you have 3 last stitches from the stitch marker. Then I will meet you back again. After you had 3 last stitches left, then we are going to make half double crochet decrease. To make half double crochet decrease, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and continue insert the hook into the next loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Repeat this into the next loop. And now you have 7 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all the loops. And this is how we made half double crochet 3 together. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. After you reach the end of the row, next for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and make half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 last stitches. Then I will meet you back again. After you had 2 last stitches remain, then we are going to make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 2 together. Next, for row 4 until row 9, chain 1, turn your work, and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. So for this chain 1 stitch doesn't count as a stitch, just skip it. And for the measurement from row 1 until row 9 of the neckline, it is equal 3.5 inches length. If you guys want your neckline deeper, please add more rows after you made decrease. After you reach row 9, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Next, we are going to make the second shoulder part by start from the stitch marker. Attach the yarn into the front stitch of the stitch marker. And chain 1, Next, for row 1, we are going to make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 3 together like we did in the first shoulder part. After you have made decrease, then continue make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For row 2, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. Next, for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 2 together. After you have made decrease, then continue make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For row 4 until row 9, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For the measurement from row 1 until row 9, it is equal 3.5 inches length. It is the same size like the first shoulder part. After you reach the end of the row, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. You must have 62 rows in total. Count from the first row at the ribbing part until this shoulder part. Next, we are going to make the back part of the sweater. It is the same thing like the front part, but have some a little bit different at the neckline. For the back part, just make ribbing stitches for 70 rows, and then for row 1 and row 2, make half double crochet increase at the beginning and the end of the row. Then for row 3 until row 59, make normal half double crochet row. And measurement from row 1 until row 59, it is equal 20 inches. Because I want the back neckline of the sweater is shallow and the front neckline is deep. For row 60, just make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 3 together. And for row 61, make normal half double crochet. And for row 62, make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 2 together. Then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. For the back neckline or the back shoulder part, we only make 3 rows. And for the front part, we made 9 rows. And this is what the difference between both sides. And here what it looks like after we place both sides on top of each other. Next, we are going to make the sleeves. We will start making the ribbing around the wrist first. For the wrist ribbing panel, chain 9 and then skip 1 chain and make single crochet. Back loop only for 24 rows. It is equal 7 inches length. If you guys want it bigger, please add more rows until you reach the measurement around your wrist. Next, we are going to make half double crochet along this edge. For row 1, chain 1 and make increase into every stitch until the end of the row. Remember, for this small loop, just skip it. This is what the first row of the sleeves looks like. Next, for row 2 and row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and make increase into the stitch near chain 1. After you have made increase, then make half double crochet into every stitch until you have one last stitch. Then we are going to make increase into that last stitch. Next, for row 4 until row 47, chain 1, turn your work, and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. So start from row 4, we are stop making increase, just make no more half double crochet row. If you guys want your sleeve bigger, please add more increasing rows. For the measurement from row 1 until row 47, it is equal 16.5 inches length. If you guys want your sleeve longer, please add more rows. After you reach your desired fit, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Next, make the second sleeve by repeat the same thing like the first sleeve. For the next part, we are going to connect the front side and the back side of the sweater together. To begin, attach the yarn into both sides loop. And chain 1. Then we are going to make slip stitch. To make slip stitch, insert the hook into both sides loops. Yarn over and pull through all the loops. Keep repeating this into every stitch until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Next, repeat the same thing to the other side. For the next part, we are going to connect the sleeves into the sweater. Fold the sleeve into 2 pieces and use stitch marker to mark at the middle part of it. Then place the stitch marker at the shoulder part where we made slip stitch. And then start make slip stitch into every stitch until the end of the row. After you have connected everything together, then turn the sweater right side out. Next, we are going to make the hood for the sweater. Attach the yarn into the front stitch of the stitch marker. Then chain 1. Next, for row 1, make half double crochet into every stitch until you reach the corner. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the corner part, then we are going to make the crease by make half double crochet 2 together. After you have made the crease, then make half double crochet into every stitch around until you reach the corner, and we are going to make the crease at the corner. Keep repeating this around until you reach the front stitch marker, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the stitch near stitch marker, next for row 2 until row 31, chain 1, turn your work. and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For the measurement from row 1 until row 31, it is equal 12 inches length. After you reach row 31, next fold the hood into 2 pieces and use stitch marker to mark at the middle part of it. For row 1, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 last stitches from the stitch marker. Then I will meet you back again. After you had 2 last stitches remain, then we are going to make the crease by make half double crochet 2 together. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to make the crease by make half double crochet 2 together. After you have made the crease, then make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. Next, for row 3, repeat row 1. After you reach the end of the row, next for row 4, repeat row 2. Keep repeating row 1 and row 2 until you reach row 9. For the measurement from row 1 until row 9, it is equal 2 inches length. In total, you must have 38 rows. Next, we are going to make the other side by attach the yarn into the stitch in front of the stitch marker. And chain 1. For row 1, make the crease by make half double crochet 2 together. After you have made the crease, then make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For row 2, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 last stitches. Then we are going to make the crease again by make half double crochet 2 together. After you reach the end of the row, for the next row, we are going to repeat row 1 and row 2 until you reach row 9. It is the same measurement like the other side. For the measurement of this hood, it is equal 14 inches length. Next, turn the hood wrong side out and we are going to make single crochet along this edge to connect both sides together. After you reach the end of the row, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Turn the hood right side out, and this is what the hood looks like. Next, we are going to make single crochet around this edge. To begin, attach the yarn and chain 1, then make single crochet into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, then make slip stitch, chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Next, we are going to make the pocket for this sweater. Start with 46 chain, then skip 2 chains and make half double crochet into every stitch until you got 7 rows of half double crochet. Next, we are going to make the crease. For row 1, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet decrease by make half double crochet 2 together. After you have made the crease, then continue make half double crochet into every stitch until you have 2 last stitches left. Then we are going to make the crease again. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. For this chain 1 stitch that near decreasing stitch, we are going to skip it. For the next row, we are going to repeat row 1 and row 2 until you reach row 7. It means that we are going to make 1 row with decreasing stitch and 1 row with normal half double crochet. After you reach row 7, next for row 8 until row 13, chain 1, turn your work and make half double crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. After you reach row 13, next we are going to make single crochet around these edges of the pocket. To begin, continue from where your last stitch is and chain 1, then make single crochet into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row, and I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, then make slip stitch into chain 1 stitch to connect the row. Next, leave a long tail of yarn and cut it off. For this long strand of yarn, we use for sewing the pocket into the sweater. Next, place the pocket into the middle part of the sweater. Make sure that these both sides have the same measurement. First, we are going to sew the top part of the pocket. After you reach the end of the row, then weave the tail into the wrong side of the sweater. Next, sew the bottom pocket from this corner to this corner. And for this curved part, we don't sew it. It is where we put the hand through the pocket. Next, we are going to make the frog eye. We are begin with this black color. Because of the black color difficult to see in the camera, so I use the green color to show you instead. To begin, make a magic circle or magic ring. Next, for round 1, make 6 half double crochet into the magic circle. If you guys want the frog eye more bigger, please add more half double crochet stitch. After you got 6 stitches of half double crochet, then pull this short strand of yarn to close the circle. Next, make slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. For this first round, it is for the black circle. Next, we are going to continue with the white color. For round 2, attach the yarn into the stitch that we made slip stitch. Then chain 1, Next, make increase into the same stitch with chain 1. Keep making increasing stitch into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. You must have 7 stitches of increasing stitch, or in total stitch, you must have 14 stitches of half double crochet. Next, make slip stitch into the chain 1 stitch. Then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. For the next round, we are start with the green color. Round 3, attach the yarn into the stitch that we made slip stitch. And chain 1. Then make half double crochet into the same stitch with chain 1. After you have made half double crochet, then make increase. Keep repeating this by make 1 stitch with half double crochet and 1 stitch with increase around until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, then make slip stitch into chain 1 stitch. For round 4, chain 1 and make half double crochet into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row. Then make slip stitch to connect the row. So for round 4, we are stop making increase, just make normal half double crochet around. Next, for round 5, chain 1 and make half double crochet into the same stitch with chain 1. After you have made a half double crochet, then make decrease by make half double crochet 2 together. Keep repeating this by make 1 stitch with half double crochet and 1 stitch with decrease around until you reach the end of the row. Then make slip stitch to connect the row. After you have made slip stitch, then chain 1. Next, we are going to put some toy stuffing into the eye of the frog. Next, for round 6, we are going to make decrease by make half double crochet 2 together into every stitch around until you reach the end of the row. Then make slip stitch. After you have made slip stitch, then chain 1 and leave a long tail of yarn, then cut it off. Next, weave the yarn into every stitch around. Then pull it tight to close the circle. And now the eye of the frog is done. Please repeat the same thing to the other side. Next, we are going to attach the eyes into the hood. You can try the sweater on your body and try the hood on your head to see where you want to place the eye. And now your frog hoodie is done. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to click like and leave a positive comment down below. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.